Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another amazing episode of the Highly Taken Podcast, episode number 30. I'm your host, well, not really host, co-host. I don't own this podcast. Wow.
Today, Junior.
This is bad.
Man.
This is bad.
Dude, yeah, you're struggling here, bro.
Tallahassee, you guys go.
I'm in Delaware right now.
Thanks, Chris.
Christian's back at you in a car. Nick over here in Jacksonville. Hey, let's get it, guys.
Actually, a fake taxi he's in. All right, so we're going to get into a Dubs and Chugs punishment. Obviously, there were baseball games this past weekend. So, Nick, tell us what happened.
Yeah, so I want to start off, Sunday, we picked the Brewers versus Rangers. We all picked the Rangers to win that one.
You shouldn't have. And
it came to the conclusion of I should have picked the Brewers instead of the Rangers. I should have known. That's a
freebie for you guys every single week, and you guys go against it.
Yeah. I mean, it killed me for sure. And I also think the Diamondbacks Padres game getting postponed or moved up to Saturday kind of killed too.
We all picked. No, you picked the Padres.
I picked the Padres. So getting into it, we also have the tiebreaker. You have the Red Sox versus the Yankees on Sunday. Christian, you picked the Red Sox to win 8-3. David, you picked the Red Sox to win 7-5. I mean, the Yankees to win 7-5, and I picked the Yankees to win 6-2. Final score was Red Sox 6, Yankees 5. Based off that, Christian won. He had 5. So he automatically won. David, you had 5. And I had 4, boys.
Yes, sir, baby.
So, again, Brewers royally screwed me over in that one.
Phillies us.
Phillies was an absolute joke. Not to mention, I
now.
should have picked the Blue Jays over the Reds. I should have known since David picked them and his dad's a fan of the Reds. If he didn't have faith, why should I have faith?
That was matchup based right there. I picked the Mariners or the Astros. That was a good one. But stop sneezing.
All I have is this. You guys know I can't really do anything. It has not been a fun week. No protein, no nothing.
No protein. There's no way to find protein around like beans. Yeah, but
that's it. That's my only source of protein. So it's been a struggle, but I'm gonna chug some water, guys. That's all I got for you. I know
he's punishing himself through H2O.
So yeah, I'm hydrating.
While he's
how dare you get hydrated on our watch?
So while he's getting punished with water, Christian, I guess we'll go to our certified baller.
Now, wait a minute. If we're hopping into this segment, I'm afraid somebody has to put some ice in their pants.
Why?
I mean,
I think that deserves more of a punishment. I'm going to be honest.
You think the dumping of the water was
That's
the punishment?
Fair. He just Olivia Newton-John'd himself.
Dude, I just soaked myself. You don't... Okay. Sorry.
It's fine. No. I'll take it.
We should have done that after he put the ice in his pants.
Yeah, right. My certified baller of the week is going to be none other than 3 of the top first 4 picks in the NFL draft, all being named the starter quarterbacks for their team for the season. Richardson's going to be the starter for the Colts. We know Stroud's going to be the starter for the Texans, and Bryce Young's going to be the starter for the Panthers. I just like seeing we're definitely turning the page here into a new era of football. We're out with a lot of the older guys like Breeze and Roethlisberger and Brady. They're all gone now, and we're bringing in a bunch of newer guys and a bunch of younger guys, and we're going to get to see the chance of them play right away. Sorry, somebody called me. We're going to see a chance of them play right away and see what they're all about. I know for me personally, I want to see Stroud play the most. I think he was the one I thought should have been taken 1 overall, but obviously Young went 1 overall. But that's what my certified baller is. I'm excited to see all 3 of them get to play.
Yeah, that being your certified baller is fine. I feel like for those teams, I mean, especially the Colts, that mean a deflated baller in my books because I don't think Richardson should be starting. I don't think Stroud should be starting just yet either. But I honestly have an honorable mention like I usually do. My honorable mention is going to be Gunnar Henderson, the DH for the Orioles. He was 3 for 4 with a double, a triple, and a homer yesterday. His last at bat, he got a hit into the outfield, and instead of staying at first for a cycle, he decided he wanted to go and leg it out to get another base hit. A lot of people would say, why would you do that? Personally, they were up 10-1 at that time. Personally, I would have stayed with the single and got the cycle. But I mean, he liked how it looked better than the single, so I got to make him my certified baller for that, getting his 110%.
Yeah, I mean that's great, but I would also, you could be in history by having that cycle, man. I think like that's one thing. I don't know. I feel like with that, it's kind of hard not to give him a cycle. Like someone go in there and just bring it down to just a single. Patting those stats a little bit, but yeah, I mean that's hustle. He didn't need to do it. Like you said, they were already winning. He didn't need to do it, but a double is better than a single, but when it comes to hitting for the cycle, it isn't. Not when you only need a single.
The baseball gods will look down on him.
Yeah. I mean, think of all these people that have it. Like, what are you doing? I would have enjoyed it more if he needed the double, and it was like he hit like a single and he tried to stretch it out. That would have been nice, but you know what? He did one better than a cycle. That's the way you have to look at it. It sucks, but he did one better. But I guess we'll get into deflated baller. It was really hard for me to come up with one. I could have went with the Colts. I wanted to go with the Colts because I hate Jim Irsay. He's always been my deflated baller since day one, and what the joke of a mess he's made over there. Especially AR-15 being the starter. I think you need to give him time. He needs time, and Minshew is enough to manage some games and possibly give you a few wins on that schedule. Not saying he's going to be the caliber of taking you to playoffs or anything like that, but I don't think Anthony Richardson is ready by any means. So I think you could put them. I don't even think I would go with the Colts. I would just go with the owner. But guys, mine's going to be Miles Jack.
Yeah.
You sign a contract to come and play. We all know what's going on, and he thought about becoming an electrician or a plumber. Kudos for him to thinking outside and doing something different.
No.
But the Eagles took a chance on him and wanted he's got a little ankle biter over there. Wanted to, give him a shot at coming in, and I thought it was a great pickup. I thought Miles Jack would be a good answer for them. Unfortunately, he decided to retire. It sucks. We needed that position pretty bad. I was stoked. But yeah, that's why he's my deflated baller. And it could be he just doesn't have it anymore. Maybe that's what it is. We don't know. We're not inside there. We don't know what's going on. But to quit after 2 weeks, I have to put you on this list. I'm sorry, Miles Jack. Maybe it's just we're too competitive and you don't like that competitive nature. You're used to the Jags, so who knows? But
honestly, I think he wasn't going to get a starting spot. I don't even think he was going to be our backup or maybe even not third string. He played 2 preseason games and got 1 tackle in each of those games. So, I mean, maybe he was going to get cut and he knew that, so he decided he wanted to go out on his own terms.
Yeah. Who knows?
My deflated baller of the week is going to be none other than Nick Smith is going to be my deflated baller this week. And I'll tell you why, boys. But one thing I hate in the world of betting is when you bet a money line and they tie. And I'll tell you what, dude, that shit sucks. That's the worst. And Nick, why don't you tell us you bet money line on a game this past weekend, didn't you? On your punishment loss there, and I'm pretty sure they tied. Yeah,
I did.
I'll tell you, for me personally, I'm happy to be on the other end of this, being able to look at someone else and laugh, because it's happened to me one too many times. But it's just so rejoiceful to let me be able to sit back and watch it happen to somebody else. Gotta love a good old tie.
I just don't know how I can be considered a deflated baller on that. I mean, I didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't me.
You
You just lost. That's all.
You're gonna get physically punished for it, but now you're just getting like verbally punished for it.
Yeah, I mean it's a 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
Christian can't physically punch, so he has to mentally punch.
Yeah, you see, look how cocky he gets. He hits one parlay. That's not really even a parlay. It was just a straight bet. And he gets all cocky now.
It's okay. I accept it. It's unfortunate. Falcons, you let me down. But at the same time, you know, we would be looking at the fact that if he didn't make that kick, it wouldn't have been a tie. So they would have lost.
Young Hoku's not going to miss that.
He's He's a baller. He knows too much about math to miss. So,
okay. All right. So,
am I wrong?
I'm not going to answer that question, but I will answer who my deflated baller is. So, a player's first career hit is one of the most exciting and important things in the career. Cardinals rookie Mason Wynn legged out a nice infield singer for his first career hit. And when you get that first hit, you usually get your ball back. They go, hey, give me the ball, Pete Alonso had some different plans there. He takes his ball, he chucks it into the crowd. Now, obviously, Alonso did not realize that it was his first hit. He wasn't just going to chuck it.
Are you sure? He's on a trashy team.
I've heard a lot of people say Pete Alonso is a jerk. I've heard a lot of people say that. Maybe he did know. Who knows? But I mean, throwing a person's first hits into the stands. That makes him my deflated baller without a doubt.
That was probably the highlight of his week.
Yeah, of the season, because he's playing with the Mets. There's not much you can do there.
Well, he's got to get recognition at some point. I mean, he hasn't really had anything being with the Mets, so if this gets him some recognition, whether it be negative or positive, hey, we're talking about Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso's relevant, guys.
The polar bear, where'd he go?
He was definitely a home run derby champion, bro, like 2 years ago, back to back. So,
but again, that's 2 years ago. That's not this year. He had to get his name out there this year. I agree with you, David. That's a shoddy job by him. Come on now.
All right, so I think that's going to get us into a little bit of quiz on your face, children's edition.
FBI, open up! Hey, I want to kind of know what the standings are. I want to say Christian and I might have a tie.
I think
I will at some point. I need to go back because I'm going to go back and also do like our win loss for all the dubs and chugs kind of stuff, and then also I want to go back and see my record with the Brewers. But I'll try to figure that out for you guys. I'll do some research.
I want to say it's probably a tie because he won outright 1 week. I won outright another week. We split a 1 week. We tied last week. So I don't know. I think it's close, man. I think it's really close.
So this one, the Little League World Series is going on now. So I'm going to give you questions about past Little League players, and you're going to have to guess who they became.
Oof. All right.
So these aren't all baseball players. I'll give you that much. The first one, he played for the Ahwatukee American Little League, but he's currently with the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. He's a utility man, mostly known for playing short and occasionally center. Through 324 major league games, he has a 2.29 batting average, 30 home runs, and 96 RBIs.
Locked in.
Again, he's currently with the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, and he's a utility man, mostly known for playing short and occasionally center.
Am I overthinking this? Probably.
Maybe.
Who did he play for?
Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs.
No. Who did he play for in the Little League World Series?
The Ahwatukee American Little League. I'm not sure how that's going to help you, but
it definitely doesn't. Definitely doesn't. I was thinking maybe he was a foreign player, but
we didn't know that Nick has a giant IQ of Little League players. So
yeah, a plethora of them. Shoot, man, and he's playing in AAA right now.
AAA for the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs.
I know who the Iron Pigs are.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. I'm just gonna log in with I don't know.
All right, so we got I don't know, Christian.
I'm gonna log in with I don't know as well.
Really?
Oh, you son of a! You did that on purpose because you didn't know. So you
kind of messed up. It's kind of a loophole right there. I don't know if I like that. The answer is Scott Kingery.
Oh my gosh!
That was like that's like the hardest baseball player one because he's not a big name, but because he was technically a Phillies player beforehand, I didn't want to give you Phillies because I thought you would connect Lehigh Valley Iron.
You know, if you would have given us the hint, well, Lehigh Valley, I would have figured that out. If you would have given us the hint, I know, but if you would have given us a hint, I think I would have gotten that right. Christian, smart man right there.
This one, I don't know how I'm going to give you this hint, but the second player from Redmond North Little League, he was drafted by the Mets in 2015 and remained on the team since then. He's an outfielder who has 628 hits, 129 home runs, 384 RBIs, and a .254 batting average in his career.
Locked in.
He's only ever played with the Mets.
Locked in.
Now, see, now I don't know if he's locking in because he doesn't know.
I'm locked. I'm not BSing this time.
You gotta think he's got a buddy that's a Mets fan, so it kind of works out for him. I'm gonna be mad. I feel I'm gonna know this name as soon as you say it too. So Christian, you can have this one. I'm gonna say I don't know.
Christian,
I'm gonna go with. Is it Brandon Nimmo?
No, the correct answer is actually Michael Conforto.
I wouldn't have gotten that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either.
Right, so the third player played in Toms River American Little League, where they actually won the whole championship in the Little League World Series. In the World Series championship, this player went 4 for 4 with a leadoff home run, was also the winning pitcher in that game, and had a game-winning strikeout. He went to the pros, where he played third base, notably for the Reds, but also played for the White Sox, Yankees, Mets, Rangers, and Pirates. He has over 1,000 hits in his career, 218 home runs, 2 All-Stars, and a home run derby win.
What?
What were the teams he played for?
More notably the Reds, but he also played for the White Sox, the Yankees, the Mets, Rangers, and Pirates.
Wow.
He almost locked in. Almost locked in.
Oh my God. You said first baseman?
Third. Although he did play first, but he was more notable at the third baseman.
Oh.
I would have liked to take a hint.
I'll take it with you.
I already said he was a home run derby champion. To give you a to give you a hint. I mean, I thought that Reds and home run, anyway, to give you a hint, his nickname sounds like two of the greatest movies of all time, if you ask people.
Locked in. Oh my God. I should have gotten it off the home run derby hint.
If you think of the greatest movies of all time, what people usually say, 2 of these are usually in the top 10, and his nickname sounds like it. You, Marlon Brando. How could you do this on the night of my daughter's wedding?
What?
Let me give you an offer you can't refuse.
None of this is helping.
I'm so lost.
Really?
Now.
None of this is helping.
I'm about to lock him with I don't know again, bro. What the hell?
What are the teams he played for one more time?
More notably the Reds. He also played for the Yankees, which I'd say would be his second most notable. And then he played for the White Sox, the Mets, the Rangers, and the Pirates. And I'll give you another hint here. There's probably some little child who does not like him.
Your hints are garbage today, bro. I can't lie to you.
I mean, this is baseball knowledge. I mean, if you were to give me Reds players who won the home run derby, I'll give you. He won it in Cincinnati.
The only player to do that was Ken Griffey, I thought.
No.
You know what?
Oh no, he was Seattle. Never mind.
I'll lock in.
Christian, you locking into?
Sure.
All right, Nick, who do you think?
Donaldson.
Castellanos.
Enters Todd Frazier.
Oh my God.
Also known as the Todd Father.
The Todd Father.
Didn't know his nickname.
Yeah, I didn't either.
All right, this one you guys may get because it's really recent. This player for the Chandler National Little League since 2017. It was in the Little League since 2017. He has played outfield for the Dodgers with 132 home runs, 350 RBIs, was 2017's Rookie of the Year, 2019's NL MVP.
Locked in.
All right. Nick,
Bellinger.
Christian
Max Muncy.
is Cody Bellinger.
What?
Muncie. You thought Muncie?
Wait a minute.
I don't think
I
Muncie won
I
a
thought
rookie
Belly
season.
left the Dodgers.
No, Belly's.
No,
think
remember
Belly's
we were
still
in
with the
talks to
Dodgers.
getting the Phillies were in talks to getting Bellinger.
Yeah, Bellinger didn't go anywhere.
Was it Yelich who left the Brewers?
No, I don't know who you're thinking. I know maybe Jock, but I don't think anybody left the Dodgers.
All right. You know what? Then I knew it was Bellinger, but I thought Bellinger had left. So, okay. All right. My fault.
So
All right.
these ones are going to be players who didn't play in the Little League World Series, but are notable people who are Little Leaguers. Not right now, but were. This player played with North Hooksett the Manchester Little League. Though his team never made it to the Little League World Series, he would never make it to the bigs. This comedy actor who became a staple in the comedy world is the creator of Happy Madison Productions.
No way. No way.
What?
Where did you find that at?
I didn't
on
know.
Google.
That's cool.
All right, I'm gonna lock in. I think I know, but I probably don't.
Christian, who do you lock in with?
Adam Sandler.
Nick?
Adam Sandler.
It's the Sandman himself.
He played Little League. Interesting.
Next one, this NBA legend played baseball for Inwood Little League. Though he would never pursue a baseball career, he did win multiple championships with the Bucks and Lakers, and even acted a bit too in the movie Game of Death with Bruce Lee.
What teams did he play for?
The Bucks and Lakers.
And he won multiple championships.
Multiple championships with Bucks and Lakers. He also was in a movie Game of Death with Bruce Lee.
So this was way back in the day. You want to hint it?
Lock in.
Oh. I'll lock in then.
All right. Christian doesn't seem to. Christian, who do you got?
I don't know.
Nick?
Is it Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
It is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
The Bucks. He played with the Bucks early on.
Yep. Lou Alcindor.
There you go.
Number 7. This famous boss was born in the USA and played Little League in Freehold Borough, New Jersey. He didn't become a baseball player, but he sold 140 million records, won 20 Grammys, is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Again, this boss was born in the USA and played Little League in Freehold Borough, New Jersey. He has 140 million records sold, won 20 Grammys, is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I'm going to lock in. I think I have a hint that might be the reason why. I'm going to lock in on that.
I'm going to lock in too because I think I might have the same hint if we're thinking the same thing.
Christian, who you got?
Bruce Springsteen?
Nick?
Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen, the boss, and made the
High
song
five,
Born in the
bro.
USA.
I'm glad we got that hint there. That was a good hint.
But these ones are so hard, like the non-baseball ones, I had to give hints within the questions, or else you guys would be like, okay, I'd be like, this kid played baseball too. Like, all right, next one, number 8. This Little Leaguer played in Midland, Texas Central Little League. He would then go on to become the governor of Texas and later would have a home in the Oval Office.
Locked in.
I'm going to lock in too.
All right, Christian, who do you got?
I'm going to go Obama.
Wrong. He was Illinois. It's got to be George Bush, right?
It is
I
George.
heard a whole story on that. How he came out 2001, had the pitch, and it's got to be
George W. Bush is the correct answer. Also, Texas. He's from Texas. Obama's from Hawaii and Illinois. So number 9, this Little Leaguer tried baseball in a small town and was so good that he had many offers to play college baseball. He turned it down because he wanted to go to college. Instead, he would pursue his other passion, music. He would thrive at this, become one of the best singers, and he is country. Again, this Little Leaguer tried baseball in a small town and was so good that he had many offers to college to play baseball. He turned it down because he didn't want to go to college. Instead, he would pursue his other passion, music. He would thrive at this and become one of the best, and he's country.
I'm locked in.
Best currently or best all time?
Said one of the best. But I don't know. Both?
I'll lock in, I guess.
Right. Christian, who you got?
Morgan Wallen.
I'm going to go Jason Aldean.
Jason Aldean. Nick must have picked up on the hints. I said he tried baseball in a small town. Also, he's country.
Yep. Thank you, country. Thank you.
All right, so number 10, this should be easy. This little leaguer played in Dayton, Ohio. He never made it to Williamsport, but he made it to Cooperstown, playing from 1972 to 1989, while 3 NL MVPs in 1980, 1981, 1986, was a 12-time All-Star, 10-time Gold Glove at third base, who's also a World Series MVP. He finished with a .267 average, 2,234 hits, and 548 homers.
Locked in.
I don't know who wants to go first.
Me.
Christian?
Mike Schmidt.
Nick?
Schmidt.
The answer is Mike Schmidt.
That way I could say I knew those stats too before Nick tried to say, "Oh, you only said that because I said it."
No. I feel like you would have gotten that too. I wasn't, because the stats is what gave it to me. The stats, that's what the third base, obviously, but the stats.
1980 MVP would have given it to me, knowing that was the year the Phillies won the World Series.
Compiling everything and then said he had an MVP, and then I did the time frame. I was like, this is probably Schmidt, third base, MVP.
All right, so I mean, it's at this. I do have a bonus question on there. At this point, it's for pride. I'm pretty sure Nick has like a 2 or 3.
I think I'm 3 up.
Lead. So the bonus one was, name me 2 people who were in the same Little League team. One is a Super Bowl champion, the other one's a World Series champion. These 2 people were on the same Little League team, actually same baseball teams growing up. One is a Super Bowl champion, the other is a World Series champion. I'm more surprised you guys didn't know, because they always talk about this every single time. Are you guys wanting some sort of hints? I mean,
yeah, give me a hint real quick.
Yeah, they're both in LA.
See, I know the first one. I think I know the first one. Now the second one, I'm not sure I know that one. I can give you the baseball one.
I really thought the football one was the one you'd be able to give me, but
now I don't know.
I'm gonna just lock in with I don't know.
Maybe I'm overthinking this. Wow. I was thinking, you said it both in LA. I was thinking Mike Trout. But now, was it already one of the ones that we mentioned?
No, as mentioned.
Interesting. Is it Clayton Kershaw?
That's one.
Okay. And the other one you said played baseball. What position?
No, the other one's a Super Bowl champion in NFL, bro.
I can't say what position, because that would automatically give it away.
Dude, you have a Super Bowl champion in the NFL that played in LA. Last time LA, bro, it's probably Stafford.
Is Stafford the same age as Kershaw?
About the same, yeah.
Well, let's go with Stafford.
So they always talk about it, and it gets super annoying, but Matthew Stafford and Clayton Kershaw were Little League teammates. They grew up, they went to the same high school and everything together.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I those were my 2. When you said LA, I was thinking Mike Trout, but then I was thinking, well, he played in the Little League, but I didn't even think about Clayton Kershaw, and then it registered after, when that was wrong.
I think it's funny. Christian, 2 of the 3 Christian got wrong was technically a history question, and then you got a country music question.
Yeah. Shout out for my country music trivia that I know. Kudos to David giving me hints on some songs. Really surprised that Christian really know who Bruce Springsteen is. He probably only knows that because of his mom. I don't know why he would know that any other.
So why does Philly claim Bruce Springsteen?
2, actually. You ever watched Grown Ups 2? That's how I know.
That is true. It brings it back to Adam Sandler.
Valid. Hey, you know what? And I didn't know Adam Sandler is an athletic dude.
Hey, he's a baller, dude. He's a.
I love watching his basketball highlights of him just dropping dimes on people, just showing up in basketball shorts to go to his ankles and checkered shirts. I found this one game online. I didn't find the game, but somebody does this one game online. It's a picture and it shows the outfit. The game's called Adam Sandler or Lesbian. They have to guess which one it is.
Oh, also shout out David on that editing, man. That was funny. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, when that debate we had about being bald or blind, good picture, good comparison of Christian and
It
someone
was
else.
hilarious. I don't think Christian's seen it yet. Luckily, all the hard editing's in like the first like 15, 20 minutes of it. There's a little bit of editing afterwards, but like I'm not going to edit when we're actually talking. So when you guys were in the debate, I just sat there and started editing some funny stuff in there. So I enjoyed it, but
I enjoyed it as well when I was going through it today. That I was getting a kick out of it. That was hilarious. That's.
I'll just go in the morning.
But hey, what we got next?
So that's going to be our hot takes of the week. And Nick, we're going to make you have to go on that punishment. Like we said, Nick said that last weekend that the Giants are going to beat the Panthers and that the Falcons were going to beat the Bengals. Should have said the Falcons wouldn't lose because they tied that game, as we've talked about. So because Nick's doing the Daniel fast, we're going to make sure he doesn't break that. We're going to make him do his hot take of the week with some ice in his pants to try to cool him down from his hot takes. So he's got a nice cup of ice there.
Oof. Do you guys want to go first while I adapt to this, or what do you want?
I kind of want you to go first, so you have the ice in your pants the entirety of the segment.
Oh my gosh, dude! The entirety of the segment. You want me to do this?
Mm-hmm.
That's rough.
Listen, you know the rules, and so do I.
I have their earphones, so I can put them in your phone.
He's mentally preparing himself for his cold. Apparently, fun fact: ice on the ball is supposed to help with sperm sterilization. So there you go. You're welcome.
Is he sure? Oh no.
Yeah, thank you. I really do appreciate that.
All right, well, are we ready to jump into it?
No.
Are we gonna see camera evidence of this?
You want me
Hey,
to drop my pants?
Pause. Or he's an I show speed, whatever it is.
Yeah, I sure speed.
They call him I show meat now. That's crazy.
I know.
Hold on.
We just want to see ice on your penis now.
Give me a second.
He's having performance issues right now. He's right now. We know he's heating up the ice.
I heat up the ice cubes.
He wants it to melt first, so that way it's not as cold.
I don't think it works like that.
Nick always has performance issues.
Some Viagra, non-sponsored, obviously. We're more of a Hims family over here.
All right, are we ready?
Ice those balls.
Literally.
Well, I gotta sit down because I'm going commando right now, guys, so it won't sit in my crotch if I don't. But trust me, it's going in the pants.
All righty. Okay.
What's your hot take? What's your hot take, Nick?
More of a cold take at this point. Oh, that's so freaking cold. My hot take is Astros are going to be in first place by the end of this week. Rangers are only 2.5 ahead. Astros only 2.5 back. Astros are playing the Red Sox and the Tigers this week. Red Sox aren't that great, and the Tigers aren't that great. Meanwhile, the Rangers are playing the red hot, cold hot Twins and Diamondbacks. Based off this, I think you're going to see the Astros in first place.
Dude, your face is getting red too.
Oh god,
that's interesting. Yeah, I was looking at those divisions because I mean I don't know if we're gonna have time to talk about it later, but I was gonna go over some divisional stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But my hot take of the week. Last week I was incorrect. Sweden came in third, but England didn't win, so that's a win in my book. So this week I'm gonna be a homer. I'm gonna say the Phillies sweep the Giants and the Cardinals this week. They have home series against a struggling Cardinals team. But the Giants one's going to be interesting. The Giants are 2 games back of first place wild card to the Phillies right now. So there's a lot at stake in this series.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants are also 3-7 in the last 10 games. So they're a little bit cold, kind of like Nick's balls.
Oh, they're cold. So is my taint.
My hot
Tony
take
Rich.
of the week here, boys, is gonna be that by this
Are you
time
drawing
next
it
week.
out on purpose? What are you doing here?
Yeah, a little bit.
My
By this time next
hot
week,
take.
I think we're gonna see another new guy in a Philadelphia Eagles uniform. I think we'll either sign or trade another guy right before the season starts here. I think it'll be probably a bigger player, a bigger name player at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Honestly, I'm really hoping that this is, that this bet's gonna pan out in the right way.
Ripping dumb
I think for me it's a good hot take. I don't know about you guys,
It's
but
pretty
just
gold.
kind of the way I'm seeing it. And so yeah, and so honestly, and with that, and at the end of the day, it's yeah. So that's kind of what I wanted. Yeah, that's my hot take. Nick, how you feeling?
Feel great.
Did
Thank
Christian
you
just
for all
sound
the
like he was
ums in
trying to
there.
make a 200-word essay to a 300-word essay with all that verbiage?
Christian wouldn't do very well on that because he uses text slang, so he loses out on the words by saying BRB. So I don't know if
Hey
that'd work
man,
out for him.
I was just trying to
Christian,
draw it out for
do you
you.
have a oh gosh, dude. My taint's frozen. Christian, do you have a player in mind that you think they're gonna get?
I think the Titans will finally pull the trigger and they'll send over Kevin Byard.
Really?
Wow, that's a
Okay.
huge one. You think they're ready to tank?
I think so. I think the only thing they have left is Henry.
Yeah, I personally think if I was to go off of Christians, I think they get Patrick Queen.
That's a good one.
I've been saying they were eyeing Patrick Queen for a while now. Are the Ravens ready to get rid of him is the question. I mean they purposely didn't give him an extension, so I think that plays a factor into it. I mean, hey, why not? We have a little bit of cap to bring him in, so I don't know why we wouldn't bring him in. But I will say right now, this is the time for me to have a boy because when you make your balls nice and cold, apparently sterilizes the girl sperm and only brings out the boy sperm. So now's the time for me to have a baby
Scientifically
boy.
proven, I'm sure.
Well,
Yeah,
if you watch
right.
How I Met Your Mother, that's how it works. So I'm going big
Oh,
for that. And How I Met Your Mother is pretty darn.
Marshall would never lie.
I
Marshall and
will
Lily know what to do.
say at this point it's just numb, so I don't feel anything. But it is
Oh,
a
okay,
punishment.
Chester.
It is a punishment, so I'll keep them on until they melt.
Your pants? The ice.
oh,
Both.
melting your pants.
Oh, it's
You melt my pants.
Frosty the Snowman's got nothing on me right now. Oh, we get a little adventure.
Little POV right here.
Oh,
Yeah, I just switched over to the passenger seat.
All right. So do we have time for more? You guys want to end it there?
no, what do you got going on? You have something that you wanted to
I
talk
just wanted
about?
to talk some MLB. That was all. I have a little bit
Yeah,
MLB I want to
let's
talk about.
some MLB.
Specifically the AL playoff race. Now the AL's very interesting right now. Mariners are a hot team right now, 6-game win streak, and they have the last wild card spot over the Blue Jays. The Astros are half a game ahead of the Mariners, and the Rays are a comfortable 4.5 games in that first place, being 3 games back at the Orioles, first place in that division. But the real reason I want to talk about this because I want to talk about the Yankees. This team came into the season 4th team in the power rankings. They were projected to go 96-66, and unless they only lose 2 games in the next 38 games, they're not getting to that record. They before the season they had an 88% chance of making the playoffs, which is now down to 0.5% of making the playoffs, and they were projected a 12.4% chance to make it to the World Series this past year. So the real question is, what's going on with that team?
I think the manager lost the team, man. I think that's what happened because
Aaron Boone.
to be honest, they didn't add anything. They didn't really lose anything. It's pretty much the same exact team as last year. Last year's team was hot. Now, don't get me wrong. They had some injuries this year, and we all know how injuries affect you. But we also know that, one player can make a difference. But at the same time, you got to get your team to go and play for you. And if you don't have that, it falls on the manager. Unfortunately, if the team doesn't play for you, what are you going to do? We saw it with Phillies and Girardi. They got rid of Girardi and the team started firing off and made it to the World Series. I think he's on the chopping block. I think he's gone next year. Or to be honest, he could be gone before the end of this year. It's unfortunate. But to be honest, I'm enjoying seeing the flip-flop of the AL East. These teams that don't really get recognition because the Yankees and Red Sox are always on top. Now they're out there, they're young, they're fighting for it, they got the competitive edge. And now, like you said, Gunnar and the Orioles look like they want it. They wanted the most out of it. The Rays looked great in the beginning, they kind of fallen off. Still a good team nonetheless, but those are the team to beat now, and that's kind of crazy. Growing up, always had a couple good seasons. Other than that, they always tanked. So if your players won't play for you, you gotta look at other options. That's it.
Yeah. What do you think, Christian?
Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Sorry, you know how it is driving with a female. It gets pretty scary.
Swear jar.
Yeah, right. Sort of end the misogynistic jar.
Can we just repeat the topic of conversation for 1 second?
We're talking about what's wrong with the Yankees.
Dude, yeah, I have no clue, man, in all honesty. I seen something. Who was the boy that they traded away mid-season this year? I forget, but there was a guy they traded away mid-season this year that before they traded him away, they were a team that was like 10 games over 500, and then after they traded him away, they've sucked ever since. And I don't to nobody. It was a guy who was sucking for the Yankees, but it seems as though that when he was there, they were winning. So I'm going to say that is the reason that they suck.
Yeah,
I wish I could remember the name.
Yeah, I think it interests me. I agree with Nick. I think Boone just isn't the guy. I like to compare Aaron Boone to what Jason Garrett was over with the Cowboys. A guy who was just there because he wouldn't go against what the owner says, and he was just kind of a yes man. But yeah, I think what Nick's talking about could be one of the reasons too. Maybe that division is just way better than the Yankees are now. Nick also said, what I agree with, is they had the same team as last year. And I've said it before on this podcast, is this Yankees team does not have a roster set up for postseason success.
They don't.
They have too many guys who have to hit home runs 24/7. And they also strike out with that. You can't win a World Series without playing small ball. You can't just hit home runs and expect to muscle your way through the World Series. I mean, even Aaron Judge, don't get me wrong, he's great. He's missed a bunch of games. He's only played 70 games, but he's had 83 strikeouts in those 70 games. Giancarlo Stanton's played 74 games, I believe, and he's struck out like 78 times as well. And so you have guys who keep striking out. And I mean, and the rotation's not that good. Other than Cole, they have nobody else there. And then their division is just so good right now that you can't even you can't have that room for those small errors because you're playing against good talent every single time.
And I feel like that's the only excuse that he has as a manager is like, well, look at this division. They're just a little below 500, but as a Yankees team, you can't go below 500. You're on the chopping block no matter what. So to be honest, I think he's going to get sent down to the Boondocks, dude.
Nice.
The Boone. Maybe Uncle Ruckus there.
I don't know, man. It's unfortunately, I am enjoying it. You're starting to see teams heat up. So MLB, it's coming together, man. Postseason is going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully we see our team go, but the Braves are a tough team, man. Braves, they've stacked their team and they did what they needed to do to bring in more pieces. And honestly, I don't think there's a team that can really stop them right now, unless the team gets really hot.
Yeah, see, I agree with that. I just feel like it's the Braves to lose at this point because the AL right now, I can't tell you who I would pick coming out of that AL right now because there's the Rays had a good year. The Orioles are really good right now, but they're also really young and they don't really have that experience. So that's going to be interesting whether or not they can actually make a push when it comes to the playoffs with all that inexperience they have. The Rangers look good. The Astros are looking good. The Mariners are looking good. And you have the Red Sox and the Blue Jays who are still there too. And I just really can't tell you who I'd pick coming out of the AL right now. If I had to make an educated guess, I would just say the Astros based off of just that experience of playoffs. But I really couldn't tell you who I'd want to have come out of the AL.
Yeah, I mean, it's a toss-up, really. I will say, I don't think the Orioles are going to make a playoff push by any means. Mm-hmm. They're too young, like you said. Now, give it time. I think next year, if they bring in a couple more guys, veteran guys, plus they're going to have the surrounding cast that they had this year, I could see them making a playoff push next year. But this year, I don't think they have it. Again, next year, even that, you're in a tough division. AL East is always going to be a top division. So even coming out of that, it's going to be a struggle. But yeah, it's hard to pick, but honestly, the Rangers did all the right things, man. I think the Rangers are going to come out of it. I really do.
Yeah.
They have a lot of bats there. They got Scherzer that's going to help them. He's been in that situation. So, the Astros.
You got Scherzer and DeGrom's out, but
yeah, DeGrom's out. But I mean, Astros, they're probably going to be a contender. But I just think as of right now, the Rangers are going to be the ones that I think they're gonna make a push, and you could possibly see a Texas ALCS. I mean, it could possibly be the Astros versus the Rangers, which would be crazy, be kind of cool. But I don't know. I think as of right now, based off of what's going on, it's going to be the Braves coming out again, depending on who gets hot. If someone gets hot, watch out. There's some teams that can go. Dodgers, I mean, they got hot at the right time. We know what the Dodgers do in the postseason. But
Yep.
I don't think anyone out of the Central is going to be an issue for any teams. Nothing against them. I just don't think they have enough pitching there in that division. So I really think it's either going to come down to the NL East or the NL West.
mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's all I had. So if you guys don't have anything,
Yeah.
I guess we can do
I'm
some
good.
housekeeping. We're trying to fill those positions still. We need some more people. Fantasy football is coming soon. I mean, we have about 2 weeks now until regular season starts. So we need to get those spots filled. Again, we also have merch. I need to start putting those links in the comments. I need to get the link, first of all. And we also like, subscribe. We have a TikTok channel. And anything helps out. So we enjoy all the people who do watch our stuff. I mean, sure, we're maybe only getting maybe sometimes 30 views, but we're doing it for the fun of it. We enjoy it, and we're hoping you guys are enjoying it too.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's coming down to it. For the league, what we're gonna do, we're gonna have to DM, get people in. So we'll DM them. We'll probably do it this week so we can get some draft nights set up. But again, it's going to be fun. And I actually want to, post some videos of these drafts because I think it'd be kind of fun to watch people draft and see what they have, find out these people's names. Again, I be creative, creative, but don't go overboard, if that makes sense. Be creative by all means. You want to throw in a Rusty Trombone in there. You want to throw in an Abe Lincoln, Pink Sock. Be my guest.
Yeah. I don't know what to say.
All right.
That's
I think we got our point across.
Wait, what'd you say?
Yo.
I said I think we got our point across.
Yeah. So that's gonna end it here, guys. We'll see you later on in the week. Enjoy the week. I know I am. I have a fast coming up.
And I have back day coming up in 20 minutes. So
all right,
deuces.
Peace.
Analyzing every play like we were the champion. With witty banter and humor, we keep it fun. HTP fam, we always bring the number one. Highlight taking pockets, we taking over the scene. We drop dubs and chugs, living the sports dream. From hot takes to deep dive, it's a winning regime. Come join the hype, we not just blowing steam.